If you want to see me swatch the 35M Boss Mood palette by Morphe, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and I am so glad you are joining me for swatches of the 35M Boss Mood by Morphe. I have had this palette for a while, but realized since I'm I'm deep into the NYX Machinist collection, at least with the Ignite and the Grind palettes, and I also just depotted the Morphe 39A Dare to Create, and that one has some interesting colors that made me think of the Boss Mood. So those three other palettes just triangulated into reminding me of this palette and saying, you know, I really should be swatching this one and maybe talking a little bit about how it compares to a couple of the other palettes that I have since swatched. So I figured, let's do a little swatch party. So I am planning, let me just talk about this for a second. I am really excited about the first two rows. That is, the first two rows is why I bought the palette to begin with. So definitely I am biased. Those are the colors that I want to swatch the most, but I will definitely swatch all of them. I just think that anybody looking for a grungy green, this palette you should feel well served by this palette. Now, I haven't compared it to, for example, the Melt Cosmetics palette that has a lot of those kind of grungy greens, but for my purposes, this palette I found very exciting, and the NYX Grind palette does have some grungy vibes as well, and I've done a number of videos on this one. I'll put a few cards in this video so that you can have access to what I've already done with some of these palettes. But yeah, I really like the vibes of this one. I'm a big subculture fan, so it's no surprise that I like these as well, especially the first row. Very much subculture colors right there. So yeah, I guess grunge is my thing. And then if you look at the 39A, which I can't show you anymore because I destroyed it to get the singles out, the pans out, but I can show you one quad out of that destruction. I'll definitely link that destruction right here. You can see some of the grunginess there. I was going to get you one, and I got you two. So these are in Anastasia quads, but these were before in the Morphe 39A. And so you can see a few of the greens in here that are really interesting. And I don't think that they are replicated in the Boss Mood. I'm just going to put them side by side here. No, definitely not. So they are complementary. They are not duplicates, which is really good to know. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to get into the swatching of that palette and row by row. And we're going to use my clean arm to do those swatches. So there's going to be 5 rows, so 5 sets of swatches. And I'm going to start with the green row, the row that, of course, I'm most interested in, but it happens to be the one that is at the top of the palette. So let me get those swatches ready, at least the first 4. And I got my finger in the black somehow. Okay. I will wipe my finger off. Oh, no, I got it. I think I got it into the purple probably while I was holding up the palette. Anyway, all right, ready to swatch this arm, first 4. Okay. Life of the Party, it's a very light shade. It's going to be very hard to see on my skin tone. Swatch number 2. Swatch number 3. Ooh. And swatch number 4. I'm too far back. Let me just scoot forward. There we go. So those are the first 4. Not bad for mattes, I have to say. But I think I'm going to intensify the color and just do a double swatch right away. Okay, I'm glad I did that because mattes usually they require a double pass. So I'm glad I did that because they are so much truer to color now that I've done that. So, and really nice. This one I would definitely call a pukey green. I really like it. Really like it. Okay, so we have 3 more on that first row, so let's get those done. Now that there's enough color, I can actually see what I'm doing. Oof. That one did not drag down well. I may not have swatched it all that well. Ooh, I love the way the shimmers feel. They just glide. Okay, well that first one of the second batch really did not go over well, and it's a mustardy yellow, and I think that it would look really good. So we just need to give it, oh yeah, much better already. Just need to give it a chance. That's too bad though, because I really like that color. It does really blend into my skin tone though. That might be part of the problem as well. Poor color. Just gonna try one more time. See what it can do here. Just so you can get a better feel for the color. Okay, so let me just give you the names of these. Life of the Party, Pop Star, Stroke of Luck, Express Yourself, which I love that name. Nude Tude, which that makes so much sense with how much trouble I had to have it show up on my skin tone. Green with Envy. Not sure why that's Green with Envy. And then Sheen Stealer. And you can ignore that little black mark. I was swatching the NYX pencils earlier, and the black bean is still on my arm. I did not wash it off properly, apparently. It's in the creases of my wrist. Okay, I'm going to wash these off, and we're going to go for row number 2. I am kicking myself. I didn't do a wipe test for you. I even have a towel here. So on the next one, I'm going to just do a wipe test on my arm so that you can see the staying power of the shadows. As I was just wiping by the sink right behind this camera setup, it took not very much to get them off my arm. So it will be interesting to do a dry wipe test and see what is left of the pigmentation on my arm. So we will do this on this next pass. Okay, let's go with the first 4 shadows of the second row. There's a nice mustardy yellow in this one. Okay, let's go for it. Love that one. I like that one too. Oh, nice. And that mustardy green. Those are all nice. This one is a very mild shimmer. I'm going to re-swatch, oh shoot. I'm going to re-swatch this one and that one. Okay, so here's the second one. Just so we can get a good feel for the color, and then the yellow. I really like this one. This might be a nice topper. It looks so good. And the shiny fingers. All right, 3 more on that row. Oh, that one was really smooth. Okay, the couple mattes had some trouble, but it's also close to my skin tone, so let's just swatch those again. Oh yeah, much better. Okay, so that is those 7 shades, and let me just give you the name of them. Stand Out, Bold Moves, Electric Energy, Hello Sunshine, appropriate, Play It Cool, Hot Stuff, which, look at that shade, it deserves that name, and Peachy Keen. I guess it's sort of peach. Yeah, so that is the second row. Let's do a wipe test before I forget. So I have my towel here, it's dry. Here's my arm, and let's just do a few swipes. Okay, this one's better than the first row. But yeah, so there's some staying power there, and I rubbed 4 times pretty hard. I think it was 4 times. Yeah, good, I'm happy with that. Let's just really go for it. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so I'll wipe my arm off, and then we're going to go for row number 3. I should show you before I swatch them. So here are the first 2 rows that we've done. Sorry about the ring light. So you can see the first couple of rows, we're done with the greens, but we're getting into some, I guess you could say, burgundies and peach orangey shimmers, and a couple of browns. What else is new with Morphe? There's always browns in every palette. But we're going to start off with pretty much the orangey and burgundy mattes and shimmers, so we'll do that right away. The orange shimmer is very gritty. The mattes are pretty smooth. Okay, so here we go. Got them backwards again, but here we go. There's the first one. Second, that's the gritty shimmer. Third, oh, I love the texture of that one. And fourth. Okay, so as is customary, I will do the 2 mattes again. Well, customary for me anyway. Okay, so here we go. Such a big difference. And then here. I'm liking that color combo. Major possibilities. And the orange is really shimmery. Really nice, isn't it? Okay, nice, nice, nice. Wiping my fingers, and we're going to go into the last 3, which are browns, both matte and shimmer. Okay, a matte brown. I think those mattes did really well. I'm not going to do a double swatch of those. They look pretty good. I'm happy with those colors. I might swatch this middle one just a tad here. Yeah, just to give it a little more oomph here. Okay, so this Brown sure has some nice shimmer. Oh, and it has, this brown has, I don't know if you can catch it on camera, but the shimmer is pink in it. That's neat. Okay, so let's get the names out of the way. I love the name of the first one. Fired Up, Bright Eyes, Bossy AF, FOTD, Dirty Talk, or pardon me, FOTD, Talk Dirty, Hot to Trot, and Sparks Fly. Sparks Fly, huh? I have no idea why this one would be called Sparks Fly. It doesn't really have much shimmer in it at all. So I don't know. All right, let's do the wipe test on this third row. Not bad, not bad. All right, all right, I'm going to clean my arm and be back for row number 4. Okay, we are all set to go into row number 4, which is peaches, pinks, and purples. This row right here, trying not to blind you. My fingers are getting so stained. With the grungy look, they're looking pretty rough. Okay, let's get going. The shimmers are pretty gritty. The plum, the third one that I'm going to swatch, felt pretty good. Oh, this one's actually feeling pretty smooth. This one was gritty to me. This one felt pretty smooth in the pan. Oh, look at that one. Nice. Let's take a quick gander. Okay, so the 2 mattes I think we're going to redo. Again, I'm never surprised to have to redo mattes. And that's pretty much in any formula. I don't find too many mattes are fantastic on swatches. There we go. I think I want a little bit more of that purple. When it's the pinky, you just don't get the kind of coverage, you know? It feels really good too. These are nice pairings. This looks pretty cool. Okay, 3 more to go on that row as I wipe my fingers. 2 mattes and a shimmer, mostly in the kind of pinky plum category. Okay, so here we go with these. That one's pretty smooth. I like those colors. I like this whole row. Really nice. I will redo those couple of mattes though. Okay, here we go. I made kind of a mess of that one. And this one. Yeah, the color doesn't take too long to get more vibrant. This is probably the only one I'm kind of disappointed about, but sometimes swatches with mattes, they don't tell you the whole story. But I do like the colors in this 4th row, and I'm a little bit surprised. I have quite a bit of interest in these colors, and that's really not the colors that I was drawn to when I decided to make the purchase, so that's interesting to me. Oh, and I didn't tell you the names. Hang on. Confidence, Red Carpet, not sure why that one's called, well, it's kind of a rusty red, I guess. Power Slayer, Daredevil, good name for that one, Vampy Vixen, Sweet Beats, and Color Persona. That's it. Let's do a wipe test. If you're curious about where I get the wipe test idea, it's from Jen Loves Reviews. She does wipe tests on a regular basis, and I think it is a good indication, can be a good indication of the ability for a shadow to wear when it's on the eye for a long time. So yeah, definitely a lot left over after some very, I'm really rubbing my arm. I don't know if you can tell, but I definitely am. So I'm going to clean off my arm and we will do the last row. Okay, here we go. Last row. Here it is. A lot of really dark colors in this one. Let's see how it goes. Now I said I hadn't swatched this palette and it's not 100% accurate. I had swatched a few colors when I was introducing the palette, but I never swatched the whole thing. So if you're kind of curious about that, if you want to see that intro of this palette, if I haven't linked it yet, I will link it right there just so that you can maybe see, if you're curious when I got it, what my motivations were and all that good stuff. Last row, let's get going. Oh, I have a feeling I'm going to get surprised by this. The first one is really weird, different, cool. Actually, all four of these. Let's see what happens. Here's the first one. Is that not an unusual color? It's like a different take on a blackish purple. This one's very smooth. Oh man, this one feels good. And you cannot say there is no punch of color on that one. Just going to redo this one a little bit to see more of the color. I like these. And you know what this one is? Kind of a taupey brown with what looks like pink sparkle on this one. I'm just going to swatch that one as well. You can see it more on my finger than you can see it in the swatch. So I'm just going to do it one more time, and it looks totally different from what it looks like in the pan, which is really kind of interesting. Just applying it really smooths it out, and in the pan it looks very gritty. So that's interesting. And that one is vibrant enough that even though it's a smaller swatch, I don't feel like I need to redo it. And of course this one is very nice. Okay, last, look at those fingers. Last three shadows to do. If I can get enough of that stain off my fingers. Yeah, they have some staying power for sure. Okay, last three swatches. Okay. That one is pretty good for a matte. Whoa, that is a black. That black really makes me think of the black in the Dare to Create palette. It was very smooth. That one was very smooth as well. And very black. Very black. Okay, let's get into the names of all those shadows so that you have a reference. Transformer, good name for that one. Center of Attention. Indie Glow Queen, that's kind of cute. Indie Glow Queen. Grape Expectations. Candy Crush. Sultry Ways, I agree with that color name for sure. And then Black Magic, not a bad one either. There are some creative folks doing the name choice. A few are corny, but actually think that a lot of them are good. Out of this whole row, I'm going to say, yeah, it has to be. These two are the most surprising to me. Just the color, the navy purple black of this one, and then this one with the pink shimmer, but it's a brown, but it's a taupe. It's really interesting, and the name Center of Attention makes sense to me because it just keeps me looking at it, trying to just figure out the color, so that's kind of nice. I think we're just going to swatch this one again though, because it just doesn't seem to show quite enough. Let me just do that real quick. Somehow it just doesn't feel like it's getting its fair shake. Oh yeah, much better to see that. Okay, and yeah, very intense color. Last wipe test, so here it goes. Anybody surprised this one has such staying power? I'm not. Okay, yeah, that's it. So there you have it, the 35 shadows from the Boss Mood palette, or also known as the 35M by Morphe. I hope you found those swatches useful. And yes, I will definitely have a brand new focus on this palette coming soon. If it is a palette that you find particularly interesting, please let me know in the comments and I may bump it up a little bit sooner than later. Thank you so much for watching today. I appreciate it very much. I do look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.